Corn is in just about everything we eat. Of course, it's in the soft drinks we consume, and nearly every single processed food has some form of corn in it, be it corn flour, food coloring, triglycerides, and citric acid, just to name a few. It's used to feed the cows, chickens, and pigs we eat. It's even used to feed the salmon and tilapia that we eat. And certainly, most of our snacks have corn in them. But what if they didn't? What if there was a better way? What if instead of corn, we used peas? Can peas revolutionize the snacking game? Will the world bite into these new pea based snacks, turn to their neighbors and ask, You tried that? You tried that. We're back. I'm Nick Novak with my pals Chad Hancock, Nick Geiger.
Oops, I had us on mute. Howdy.
I was like, I thought my sound went out again. I'm like, what the?
I forgot to unmute us after the intro.
We spent damn near half an hour.
I literally thought the sound went out, and I was like, fuck, I just went with it anyway. I'm like, I can hear Novak. Fuck it. I'm moving forward.
I said Chad Hancock. I heard nothing, and that same thing. I'm like, well, we're just gonna do the whole episode without Chad here. I'm so sick of this.
You wouldn't be missing much, to be honest.
Now, we talked about going into teleconferencing because this is the world we're all living in now. We're doing our meetings online. We're meeting with people socially online, people at work online. Do you guys have to do a lot of teleconferencing throughout the day?
Yeah, I'm in meetings a lot during the day, and they never used to be video calls. There were some people that liked doing it for remote workers. I never really wanted to do that because I can't like scowl at the person I'm talking to when the video camera's on. I have to pay attention all the time. But now that because of the social distancing, people want that extra connection, so they've been like making it like at our company, they're making it a thing to turn on cameras all the time too, which is it is kind of nice, I guess. But yeah, it's a little more challenging. My daughter came up and tried to talk to me during one of the calls, and I had to like shoo her away. But I think the other good thing is like everyone's in the same boat, so we're all kind of like sorry about my dog or sorry about my kids. Like everyone kind of gets it, and no one's getting mad. Except me. I just screamed at her in front of everybody. It really raised my esteem in front of. I'm like, man, that guy's an ass kicker.
That's interesting that they make you turn on videos, because I was in a meeting today with, I think, 12 people, and 3 of us had our videos on. Like most people just didn't have it on, and I'm like, is this because they're wearing no pants? I'm just going to assume they're all not wearing pants. 0 pants, all of you.
Whatever meeting software we were using, I think it was Zoom. We were meeting a customer this week. Yeah, it was Zoom. And the guy, you can put on different backgrounds and stuff, and it's just your head floating in front of this background. And he had put like a picture of like from when he was in Costa Rica. It just looked like he was in like this beachfront cabana. I was like, huh? I didn't want to say anything because he was a customer. I didn't know him at all. And someone finally was like, do you live in like a tropical location? He's like, no, it's just a picture. You could tell because his head would just like float in the middle of the picture. I'm like, can you just super distracting, I guess. So I had a picture of me on Shaq's body dunking. I was like,
You need to wear like a green turtleneck sweater in that situation so that your head just looks completely decapitated.
Right.
It thinks
the weatherman problem. Yeah.
Screen. Yeah.
And I know my daughter has also cropped into my wife's conference calls and tried to talk in the middle of them. Because I think the problem is I had a work virtual happy hour last week where we all did a conference call and just drank and talked. And so she came on and said hi during that. So I think she saw my wife talking to her coworkers. She's like, hey, what's going on? Like, no, that's not how this works.
Your daughter started drinking.
And she had a beer. She's like, let's party down, drinking games.
My company has been trying to do like social happy hours or whatever during the days, or like lunches where everybody just like signs on at the same time. And I guess just like bullshits about I don't know what, because I haven't joined them, and I don't know if that makes me super antisocial or whatever, but like I'm just kind of like you're my coworkers. I just don't really want to talk to you. I just want to get my work done. Maybe that makes me a bad person.
No, I've avoided them too. And part of that issue is if you go to a happy hour at work, you can branch off into groups of 2 or 3, talk to the people you're interested in hearing from, instead of just
Right.
15 different people all trying to get 3 words in edgewise, and it's not fun at all.
With it last week, it was like 30 people. It was my whole department, and like, so the one like head of the department was like, "So I'm looking for Netflix shows to binge. What do you guys think?" And it's like just 10 minutes of like, "Oh, the one, Tiger King, one, you should want lost. If you ever seen you Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul." Like you literally can't. So then people just start typing him, and I'm like, "Gee, well, he's not gonna watch 50 television shows. Shut the fuck up." But like we then had one that was just my old team, actually, like a smaller group. It was like 4 of us, 5 of us, and it's all people who actually really do get along. So that was fun. But yeah, those group ones are always kind of weird. I'm with you too. There's a lot of people that I don't really want to talk to or see. Like, oh, hey, you, how's it going?
But on the plus side, now I've got some good recommendations, i.e. all of Netflix. I'll just sit down and watch everything.
Right. You just hit the start button.
Yeah.
So I pulled up an article here, 12 certain ways to ruin a conference call. I'm going to go through them. You guys just say yes or no, this would ruin the conference call that you are on. Eating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Using dating sites or social media.
Are they sharing their screen at the time?
Yeah, I don't know. Who cares, I guess. I don't want supposed to know.
Falling asleep.
Yeah, not great.
Using the toilet.
Yes.
No. Only if the screen if they turn off their screen, they can shit and mute their mic, they can shit all they want.
I think I've told that story on the podcast, right? I was definitely on a conference call where we heard a toilet flush, and it was one that was recorded. So I remember my boss and I watching it again and trying, because it was like they hadn't logged in their actual name. It was just a phone number. So you're seeing which, like the microphone lights up next to the phone number. You're running it down to try to figure out who it was. I think it was actually my boss, but he wouldn't admit it. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, now what if so the toilet flushing is an issue. What about like pissing sound?
They could just claim that they're like pouring a glass of water from a pitcher really tall.
Yeah. And then like, what if while they're doing it, you heard someone go like, "Oh, I gotta write this down. This makes a great piss story."
Like, now I'm gonna drop a couple of ice cubes into the drink. Here I go.
Now I'm gonna squirt ketchup out of this bottle that has almost no ketchup left in it.
And now I'm just going to take a paper towel and repeatedly wipe the outside of the glass over and over and over again. 10 minutes later, it's a really messy glass.
This guy's narrating some really disconnected activities.
Calling from a noisy place.
Yeah, that's
annoying.
annoying.
That could be a problem.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Or when someone's outside.
There's a couple more. I'll touch on the last couple. Not being interesting.
If that was a bad thing, we would have no video conferences, because that's fucking 90% of people.
And the last one, driving while conversing.
Oh God! Oh, look out!
I'm in the middle of a snowstorm. Oh God, I'm skidding. That's not me shitting my pants. It's an empty bottle of ketchup.
So I thought we'd do a quick round of internet. Oh shit! I gotta take a left.
Then honking's just a ketchup bottle.
Your fart sound, like, why are you farting like?
Why is that your horn? I think it's the worst.
So, conferencing, a different way to converse other than conferencing would be the text message. Chad, you said you had an interesting text message strand. And it better be interesting, because one thing that ruins podcasts is not being interesting.
Yeah, so I got a text message this week. This was on the thread I have a thread with both of my in-laws, my wife, and myself. and started from a text from my mother-in-law that was just like, "We just got some Chinese food delivered to our door. Is it from you guys?" And we were like, "No." Like, apparently they didn't order any Chinese food. It just showed up at their house unannounced. We said, "No, we didn't send you anything." Then they replied, "Last time we left it there for a couple of days and then trashed it. What do you think?" So I'm like, "Wait, we're like, this has happened before?" So we're like, "Oh, when was the last time?" They said a month or two ago. It's happened 3 times so far where they just got a delivery of Chinese food to their front door. It just has a receipt on it with the dishes that are in the bag and nothing else. No note or anything like that. So my theory was that maybe it was like a well-meaning neighbor, that like just was really strange. Like, oh, that, there's a lot going on. Want to make sure you guys have, plenty of food or whatever. But like, wouldn't you leave a note? I don't know. Any other theories? What do you guys think is going on?
Yeah, the people are just delivering it to the wrong address. Is what
that's
guessing.
completely
But three times in like 2 months.
Like their address is lodged against somebody's name in their system, and they keep bringing it there. Although I guess they pay for it in advance. You'd think that people would call and say like, "Where's our food?" 3 nights in a row.
Right. Yeah, that was my thought too, but that's like after the first time they call and say, "Where's my food? We delivered it." "No, you didn't. Where'd you deliver it to?" "Oh, that's the wrong address." You know what I mean? Like, it should have got fixed the first time.
I don't think people do a lot of nice things, but phantom delivering Chinese food repeatedly without letting the person know you're delivering it.
Also, that'd be an odd thing to order for somebody. Like, you don't know what they like. Like, it's not like you're getting them like eggs or milk. They like a pretty specific dish. They could have all kinds of food allergies you have no idea about.
You just order them like one of every allergen. Like, oh, just all the nuts, the gluten, the dairy, eggs, everything, peanuts. Just a low-key attempt to murder them.
A bag of hayseed.
Yeah, because someone could be trying to kill them just straight up. Like, the food could be very poisoned.
I mean, that's an elaborate, indirect way to do it. But yeah, so, would you guys eat food that just showed up on your doorstep and you had no idea where it came from? I mean, you knew it was from a restaurant, but like...
I actually... Because I once had a Jell-O mold sitting on my front porch. We had no idea where it was from or who had delivered it. It was just... It was a complete Jell-O mold on a plate, and that was it. And so, of course, we didn't eat it. You don't eat that.
In the shape of like a circle?
Yeah.
And what color was it?
It was like a weird peach color. Like, it looked like made of something unnatural.
Yeah. You can't eat that. If it was like a red square, then I would consider it. But peach circle, no way.
I wouldn't eat anything. I don't know where it's from. Well, I shouldn't say this because I'm sure I'll think of some time I did that.
Like trick-or-treating?
Well, yeah, that's in a wrapper, though. Yeah, that's... My mom definitely was that kind of person, though, trick-or-treating, be like, couldn't eat the apples because she had to check for razor blades and all that kind of, like, you gotta double check for all
the apples.
You guys don't give out Jell-O molds at Halloween? That's what I do.
We got a couple caramel apples, I think. I don't know.
The weird thing was that I ate the Jell-O mold, and then I had to spend like the entire next day's meeting at work like squeezing this ketchup bottle completely empty.
Yeah, that's bound to happen.
Yeah, no, I absolutely would not. I told them to throw away the Chinese food, like, don't eat it, and I would not eat the Jell-O mold either. That's very strange.
Do they have doppelgangers, maybe, with their same exact name, who look like them and talk like them and live in the same city, and they just keep, like, getting their stuff mixed up? I had one, actually.
You did?
I seriously did. So there was some guy with my same, he was Nicholas R. Geiger. I don't know if he was Richard. I think it was Nicholas Richard Geiger, and apparently we were on the same age and the same height and like same dimensions. And he apparently never paid a single bill in his life, so I would get constant calls from creditors. This is when I was in college.
Yes, like you're a doppelganger.
Yeah,
i.e., your second life.
And he constantly looked up weird porn and downloaded on my dad's computer.
He was squeezing ketchup bottles like a motherfucker.
Yeah, right. He was constantly farting on conference calls and blaming it on me.
Did this story work on Betsy?
I didn't even know her. This is in college. We were in, and trust me, I wasn't dating anyone. You remembered me that. So I I was working at my dad's place and the cops called and they were like, where were you on such and such a date? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. And then finally I said, what is this about? And they said, well, someone with your name and description stole a cop car and or stole a car and left it in a no parking zone of the airport and then took off. And I'm like, I didn't do that, but I don't know, I can't fucking prove where I was. It's just some random day. And they're like, all right. And then they never heard anything back. And then I got pulled over for speeding one time, and it took them 45 minutes to run my stuff because there was an open warrant out for the guy. And I'm like, and the guy comes up, I was like, well, I don't know if you know this. I'm like, there's a guy that's committing a bunch of crime that looks like me. It's my same name. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know. Check my fucking social security number. So then they did. It's like, okay, it's not you. I'm like, no shit. Give me I did 10 over. Just give me a fucking ticket. Like, get me out of here. So yeah, I fooled the cops too. Wait, what?
You spent a few years in prison, didn't you?
I did some time. That's how I got so jacked, guys. I don't know. You remember when that time when I just showed up and I had all these tattoos and I was ripped as fuck?
Yeah, didn't you come out of prison and you had all these swastika tattoos on your arms, and then you were saying to Betsy, no, that's the other Nick Geiger.
Right, yeah, no, that guy's a real anti-Semite. And that's when I had to go get a job, I turned him into the Windows logo so it looked like I was a technology guy.
Smooth.
Yeah, I was one step ahead.
This guy sounds a hell of a lot cooler than you.
Yeah, can we get him on the podcast?
Well, hold on, back up. This guy we just described as a prison Nazi is a cooler guy than me.
We're never going to have to struggle for intro topics again. He's going to have so many interesting stories. We'll just be like, all right, tell us who you gang raped today, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, hey. Yeah, this is welcome to our snacking podcast. Hey, Nick Geiger, too. Got anything interesting? Yeah, I shivved this guy in the fucking ribs in the shower one time. Oh, cool. Yeah, tell me about that. I didn't touch a woman for 6 years. Oh, that's interesting. Me neither.
I took care of this one guy. He's going to spend the next month squeezing ketchup bottles.
This one thing you do in the can is you pour a glass of water into a toilet to pretend you're pissing, and then you get on a fucking conjugal conference call with your wife.
All right, well, let's get into some snacking. We've got 3 snacks today. We rate them on a 5-point scale. I love dat, like dat, indifferent to dat, dislike dat, and hate dat. Let's start with the snack which I talked about in the intro, the Peatos. Now, the Peatos on their website claims that they are changing the snacking game by replacing corn with peas, and that it's going to be just as tasty and much healthier for you. So on front it says junk food taste, but made from peas, and they do look exactly. I mean, they don't look exactly, but they're made to look like Cheetos. They do look a lot like Cheetos, but they're kind of smaller.
There's a lot of fun on the back. Junk food with benefits. It's a revolutionary snack brand on a mission to upgrade America's favorite snacks by replacing old school base of corn with powerful peas, and they have powerful peas capitalized.
I like at the top where it invites you to join the Peatos Rad Cats. Rad Cats know what's good. That sounds like some marketing guy who's 80 years old. Like, kids still say rad, right? These reek.
I wonder how much.
Did you guys just smell these?
Healthier. I wonder how much healthier they are because.
Holy shit, they smell like shit.
Because corn on its own, not unhealthy, but it's the process that it goes through into the snacks. So peas on their own, healthy. Is there also some crazy processing going on to where what we're eating is still not healthy, and they're just trying to pretend it is?
Well, let's see. Peas, normally green and round. These things, nuclear orange and powdery and long. So I'm pretty sure there's some processing going on.
I will say they taste a little better than they smell. The smell was not pleasant to me, but
the taste is fine. There's a little bit of an aftertaste.
They need a Peatos equivalent Chester Cheetah style mascot. He's just got a big old pea shoot for a dick or something, just swinging around on the front of the bag.
Haven't we established that Chester Cheetah is a pedo? Oh, Peato. Sorry, no.
Right.
Jared Fogle is the spokesperson for these.
Yeah, their fans are. They went with Rad Cats because they didn't want to call their fans Peto files.
I knew a lot of guys in the can that were real Peato. I mean, my doppelganger did.
Okay, Gagger.
Yeah.
So you're going to go first. You're going to tell us your rating and tell us why you like or dislike Peatos.
These are hard to rate for me. They're fine. Like I said, the first whiff I got in the bag was bad, and it kind of predisposed me to not want to eat them. I also don't love Cheetos. I don't know why. I don't like they get all over your fingers, and they don't taste that good to me. I actually prefer these to a regular Cheeto. I'll say that. The taste, it's got a good crunch. The cheese flavor's okay. Novak, I didn't notice it until you mentioned it, but there is kind of a weird aftertaste, but it's not too bad. And it is, in theory, healthier, I guess. I'll trust them on that. I don't know if I like them enough to want to be a rad cat, but I will probably give it a like that. A mild like that. These are on the border of an indifferent, but these are actually not too bad. I'll probably finish the bag.
Okay. Chad, do you agree?
No, I have to say that rating surprises me.
Does it?
I think they taste as bad as they smell. I think the aftertaste, it really drags these things down. They have that same sort of like super duper artificial, cheese flavor that Cheetos have. These are no better than Cheetos for me. Dislike that.
Okay. I'm going to be right in the middle of you guys. What are you? Guy here, you're loud as hell with the bag of the
Sorry, I'll stop chewing the mic.
Don't worry, I'll mute it all.
Sorry, oh no, that was a can getting crushed right next to the microphone, guys. My bad.
Hold on, guys. I haven't emptied any ketchup bottles today, but even so, I'm just gonna give my cup a little extra wipe down here with a paper towel, because that's what it sounds when I wipe my ass.
That's getting squeaky clean, literally.
Yeah, I've got a very shiny asshole. What were you saying, Noah?
That's also something I saw a lot of in prison.
If you move your finger. If you move your finger in a circle around your asshole just right, can you kind of play like a high-pitched tune?
And you can just bend me over and like blow across my butt cheeks, and it's like like an old jug band.
Okay, these are worse than Cheetos. I like Cheetos. If it was Cheetos, I'd give them a like. The aftertaste is just off a little bit. If this had been Cheetos my whole life, maybe I'd feel different. It's definitely less greasy than a Cheeto. I can sense that. I don't think it's that much healthier. I think this health benefit they're kind of advertising is that it has more protein and more fiber. But I don't think the bad part of it, the fat, the sodium, that sort of stuff, is any better than Cheetos. But they're not terrible. I could eat the bag. If you handed these to me at a party, I would eat them. But I'm going to give it an indifferent, and the only pedophile is Geiger. So let's move on to...
You guys just did that to make me look like an asshole again, didn't it?
That's right.
Because that's what I hear when I hear someone's a pedophile. I'm like, that asshole.
Let's move on to the other.
Boy, he's a real rapscallion.
The Crunch-a-Mame. Where the Crunch-a-Mame should be an actual healthy snack. It's Crunch-a-Mame freeze-dried edamame veggie snack. And it's 90 calories in this bag. Pretty sizable bag. A 0.7 ounce bag. And it says, feel good about snacking. Up to 30 pods of edamame inside.
Now, this is just their plain regular flavor, but on their back it says they also have a sea salt and pepper, naked, and jalapeno and onion and chive.
Who got these? Chad, you got these, right?
Yeah, that's right. Borrowed them from work.
Do you guys like regular edamame?
Yeah. Big edamame fan. Just had some tonight. We put it in some fried rice that we made. I think edamame is really good. I like to get it as an appetizer when you go out for like sushi or something like that. If we ever get to do that again, I would like to do that.
I didn't used to like it, but it kind of grew on me.
Kind of indifferent to it.
This is weird, though.
These are weird. Like, you pick them up, you feel like you're going to pick up an entire one, and then they kind of crumble in your hand.
Yeah.
Like the shell is falling apart as you're grabbing it. Like each layer, the outer layer falls apart, and then somehow there's an inner layer beyond that also falls apart.
If I can't imagine what the naked flavor is if this is the seasoned flavor. I know this is lightly seasoned, but there's
Yeah,
almost no flavor to it.
it's like no seasoning at all.
Well, Chad, you're up first for this one. What do you think of it, Crunch-a-Mame?
I think this has this is disappointing. It has potential, but there's not enough seasoning. It is very bland. Maybe the salt and pepper would be better, or the onion and chive, but it's so bland. And then why is it falling apart like that? It just makes it like really inconvenient to eat. Like I've had a lot of like we get a lot of freeze dried fruits and veggies and stuff that we snack on. Like freeze dried blueberries and stuff. And when you eat those, they don't disintegrate in your hands. Like you just pop them in your mouth or whatever, and it's good to go. Man, I really wanted to like these, but I don't. I'd probably give them an indifferent if they didn't just disintegrate like that. But because they do, it really annoys me. So I'm going to bump them down to dislike that.
All right. Dislike from Chad. These are damn near the absence of taste. There's no taste to them. It's not like a bad, muddy taste, but it's also, there's no flavor to it. I can't even describe what it's like eating, but it's just putting a completely flavorless little thing in your mouth, and the crunch isn't even all that satisfying, and the word crunch is in the title. So I agree, I was looking forward to it, and if they just added a bit more salt, that's all they would need. It doesn't have to be any crazy flavor.
Yeah.
It just needs to really be salted. I would like to say indifferent because it doesn't taste much, but like Chad said, it's falling apart, and it's not. And since they put crunch in the title and there's no satisfying crunch, I'm also going to agree with Chad. I'm going to give it a dislike that, unfortunately. So, Geiger, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll echo both your thoughts. Nothing really to add. I mean, I would like to try the onion and chive or the jalapeno flavor just to see if adding some spice to it would improve it. I think you're right. If they had just add some salt, I would have liked these fine. Well, maybe not like them, but they would have been fine. As it is, it's like I'm not even eating anything. It's like I'm sticking some shells in my mouth, and I know the act of eating is happening, but I can't really notice any net neutral. It's like a net neutral snack. It's no calories and it's no taste. It's just kind of there.
Is this a bag of Crunch-a-Mame or just a bag of air?
It's upsetting. Not upsetting. I'm not gonna cry. I might, but I wish it was better, and I think I was leaning indifferent because it is just so like not. It's just like there. But you guys brought up a really good point: is that it's not convenient to eat either. It made a mess all over my lap, and just like shells everywhere. And so for that reason, I will join you in the dislike that.
3 dislikes.
Wait, it made a mess all over your lap because you spilled it everywhere, or it made a mess all over your lap because you blasted all in your pants while you were eating them?
It made a mess in my lap because there was mommy in the title.
When you said that, I actually looked down at my lap to see if there was a single crumb. I'm not sure how you made a huge mess in your lap, but
well, because I was also like putting a bunch in my hand and shaking them into my mouth, so the shells were all shedding all over me. Probably because I ate it like a real fucking dickhead. That's why.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I was like, that's your fault, not the snacks.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Segment time. What do you got, Geiger?
Now, this episode is scheduled to come out April 19th. And it's a little behind the scenes podcasting. Sometimes we move them out of order. So hopefully I'm not causing anyone in some edit points right now. I don't think I am. But it's fair to say if it moves, it moves. Just say that it was originally supposed to be on the 19th. Hopefully
Is there a holiday on April 19th that I'm not aware of?
No. So that's what I was trying to find a hook for the segment, and I'm going, well, what happened on April 19th? It turns out when you look on Wikipedia or anything about certain dates, most of it is just military things, like a boat sank or a plane crashed or whatever. Nothing uplifting at all. In fact, I think the Oklahoma City bombing happened on April 19th. I think I saw that. So I was trying real hard to figure out a polite way to work that in.
So today's segment, we're going to plan a bombing using nothing but Peatos.
So for our next segment, we figure out which one of these next snacks is the bomb. No,
we're gonna bring in the other Nicholas Geiger.
Who was responsible? No. So the cops were like, "Where were you on April 19th?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I was 9 or whatever I was when that happened." Hold on, fucking A. Sorry, my cat is climbing across the. Get out of here! No, you can have the edamame later.
That's a video conferencing no.
So what I did find out though is that on April 19th was the debut. What year was it again? Let me hold on. I got it right here.
Say 2020.
Yeah.
It was the debut of this episode of You Tried Dat.
The debut of the Oklahoma City bombing.
The grand opening, if you will. No, April 19th, 1987 was the debut of The Simpsons on the Tracy Ullman Show. It was the first time they played. And I know we're all 3 fans of The Simpsons.
Oh, boy.
And what snack was most prominently featured in The Simpsons, fellas? If you had to think of a food that is associated with that show.
Frosty chocolate milkshakes. No.
No.
Donuts.
Donuts, of course. Donuts. So, we are having a donut quiz. This is some donut facts.
Wow, that was a real leap to get there.
Hey.
What in the living...
It was originally going to be... Yeah.
Honestly, you should have just gone, so Peatos have an O in it. O's look like donuts. Donut quiz.
So my doppelganger went to prison. He did a bunch of things he shouldn't do. So this is a list of what not. So because he do not do this. This is we're gonna do donuts.
There's no traffic on the roads right now because everybody's staying home. So it's a great time to go out and do a bunch of donuts in the middle of the street. Donut quiz.
All right. So yeah, The Simpsons. So I've got some questions here. So I'm going to ask you as the same question, and then you just give me the answer. If you want to answer the same, that's fine too. And we'll see who has the most points at the end. There's a few that are multiple choice and a few that are sooner or later. All right. So the donut was originally brought to Manhattan back when it was called New Amsterdam. So it's pretty old, but it wasn't always called the donut. Its original name was A, greasy bread, B, oily cakes, C, dough rings, or D, fried rings.
C,
dough rings for Chad.
I was maybe going to say that. I'll go with D.
You're both wrong. It actually was oily cakes because they used to fry them in oil. They were like just deep fried dough.
I kind of like that name. They should have kept it at that.
Wait, what was the first one you said?
Greasy bread. I made that up. Greasy bread. I was like, all right, oily cakes, greasy bread, and then I realized there was no other way to make it sound squishy, so I'm like, dough.
Right, that was your nickname in prison.
That was oily cakes or greasy bread. Greasy bread is my nickname in prison. Pass me around like a loaf of greasy bread. All right, number 2. The first donut machine was created by Adolf Levitt in what year? Now, was it sooner or later than 1930, my friend?
Sooner.
So you both think it was before. I'm just making sure. That's how we play sooner or later. There's no questions about that. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And I lost the page, so 1 second. I had written it down, and now I can't find it.
Geiger, you dumbass.
I'm never going to change, guys. Get used to this.
You should have never told us there was another Nick Geiger on the planet just like you, because this is a really fucking easy transition. Especially if the guy looks like you. We don't have to change the name on the podcast to anything.
All right, we'll come back to it.
I guarantee in prison he had enough time to sit there and figure out how to get his shit together in his life. He's not a disorganized
We're coming
asshole.
back to it? Did you say we're coming back to it?
No, we'll find it. Hold on.
What was the question? Donut machine what?
When was the donut machine invented? And it was what year? You guys guessed earlier rather than later. And I had the page bookmarked, but I did the wrong
1920.
one. So here it is. In 1920. Yep, a Russian refugee. So you
yeah.
both get it.
2 seconds to Google that.
I'm multitasking. I'm making hilarious jokes and doing this.
Literally just typed donut machine invented and it popped up in big bold letters or numbers.
All right, let's just make a bomb. Just make a fucking bomb. So
Make a fucking bomb. All right. 3. How many donuts would it take to stretch across the Grand Canyon? Now, keep in mind the Grand Canyon is 4 miles across. Is it? There's no sooner or later. You just got to give me a ballpark figure. Whoever's closer. There's not a whole lot of relevant donut facts, okay?
then why are we doing a donut quiz?
Donuts across the Grand. You said the Grand Canyon is 4 miles.
You got it.
All right, I'm actually gonna math this out here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say 95,000.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna say 95,001.
Oh, price of writing them. Novak is going to win because it's 253,400.
Ooh, my math was bad.
All right. So Novak, you're up 2-1 in this scintillating donut challenge. 4. Dunkin' Donuts was not always called Dunkin' Donuts. Didn't know if you knew that, guys. What its original name was either A, the Coffee Pot, B, Donut Depot, C, Morning Kitchen, or D, Open Kettle. Which one?
I'm gonna say Morning Kitchen.
I'm gonna say Open Kettle.
Chad is correct.
Ooh.
So 2-2. Dose to dose. 5. Krispy Kreme made the most expensive donut in recorded history in 2017.
Cool.
Okay. Was it sooner or later than $800?
What was in the donut? Can I ask?
It is right here. Hold on. I've got it. At least I didn't write it down, right?
It's made of solid gold.
There was Dom Perignon, 24 karat gold leaf sprinkles, a white chocolate lotus gilded in gold, and edible diamonds.
What the fuck is an edible diamond?
I don't know. Edible diamond accents.
As the way it goes on money questions a lot, I'm guessing it's going to be more than that. So I'm going to say it's later than $800.
Yeah, $800 seemed low. When you said most expensive donut and some publicity stunt, I was like, oh, it's going to be like a $5,000 donut or something. So I'm going to go later.
Okay. You're both correct. It is $1,500. So that's kind of crazy. Huh, guys?
Would you pay for that donut?
Would you pay for that? Because I would.
I don't even want to pay I don't even want to be paid $1,500 to eat a Krispy Kreme. Boom!
Oh, especially not with gold leaf and diamonds in it and shit. I guess I would try it. All right, so that's what we're doing next week, guys, right?
I'll tell you what, when those diamonds come out the other end, that ketchup bottle's going to make an interesting sound.
Yeah. Oh, what tore right through your ketchup bottle? Oh, God! All right, number 6. There's 3 more questions. Number 6. Which country eats the most donuts per capita? A, the U.S., B, Canada, C, Great Britain, D, Japan. Now, again, it's per capita.
Yeah, U.S. is the obvious answer, but the per capita thing throws it off.
I'll still go U.S.
There's no fucking way it's Japan, because
Right.
when I was in Japan, I don't remember seeing Donut 1. So I'm going to actually say Canada.
Chad is correct again.
Wow.
Although Japan is number 2.
Oh, whoops.
But I think it's because of the per capita thing. They're just so small that they don't need as many donut shops. The U.S. by far leads the world in donut sales, is just because they're huge.
Which has the most diamond crusted donuts?
The most diamond crusted donuts, I guess that one Krispy Kreme location. Someone's asshole right now, because I'm sure they're still not all the way out of their digestive system. That's a great way, by the way, to smuggle goods into prison, is to eat a donut loaded up with drugs and diamonds.
Krispy Kreme donut, right?
Cigarettes, yeah. Come out the other side and you're gold.
And hey, what up, greasy bread?
Oh, it's my boy Oily Cakes. All right, number 7. Which was the first national donut chain? Was it A, Dunkin' Donuts, B, Tim Hortons, C, Krispy Kreme, or D, Shipley's Donuts?
I mean, it's not Krispy Kreme. I feel like it's not Dunkin' either. That seems like a trick question. What was the 4th one? I don't think I've ever heard of.
Shipley's. I have heard of them. I don't know if I've been to one.
Tim Hortons big in Canada, I think.
I'll go Hortons, so to do the back-to-back Canada answers.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Shipley's.
It is actually Krispy Kreme, Chad.
What?
Oh.
Yep, 1937.
I thought they were like relatively new.
Well, you fucked up.
Why do they suck so hard?
Chad is ahead 4-3. So Novak, you need this to force a tie.
Is it a multiple choice? What kind of question is it?
Coming up, we've got all right, this is a fun one, okay? So
Fun is the type?
we're going to rank the best-selling donuts in America. So these are the types of donuts in terms of total sales. So you're going to give me your order that you think they're in. Okay, so whoever has more correct in the order will get the point.
Hmm.
All right.
All right, so your 4 options are chocolate glazed, chocolate long john, regular glazed, and Boston cream.
What if we do it? You get 1 point for each one that you get in a correct position.
That's fine.
Okay.
That makes it fair for Novak to try to come back.
And sorry, what were the donuts?
That's right.
I was too busy thinking about how I wanted to make it more complicated.
Yeah. Chad loves the rules aspect of these segments. All right. So, Chad, I'll have you go first so that I don't get confused between the two of you. So, chocolate glazed, chocolate long john, regular glazed, and Boston cream.
All right. At the top, I'm going to go regular glazed, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go Boston cream. 3, chocolate glazed. 4, chocolate long john.
Okay.
Did he get them all? So is there a reason for me to go? It was really close to the order I was going to
So, just make sure I got it. You said regular, Boston cream, chocolate glazed, chocolate long john, correct?
That's right.
Okay. You did not get them all right. I'll leave it at that. So, Novak, there is a chance for you.
I was very close to what I was going to say. I was going to say regular glazed. It's got to be
Uh-huh.
one. Has to
Yeah.
be. Boston cream 2. But I'm going to switch the order on the last 2.
Mm.
I think the Long John is more popular than the chocolate glazed, and that is my only chance at victory here.
Okay. So you both got number 1. So reg is definitely the best. Neither of you got the second place one. So you both said Boston cream. It's actually chocolate glazed in second.
Wow.
Oh.
Neither of you got the rest of these right. So you both tied. So number 3 is actually regular. I'm sorry. Number 3 is Boston cream.
Hmm.
And number 4 then is chocolate long john. I'm sorry, Chad, you did get that one. So you win. You got 2. So Chad, nice job. But really, who I think won is the listeners. So that was in honor of The Simpsons debuting, that was a donut quiz. There you go.
What in the fuck?
We've done worse with less. We did a whole episode about one throw-off line we did 9 years ago about the Caramel Wars. So I don't want to hear shit from you guys.
Let's finish it up with the Reese's Puffs. The Reese's Puff treat. It's a bar, sort of this cereal bar formed, granola bar type of bar. But it just says Reese's Puff treats on the front, made with real Reese's peanut butter and cocoa. Chad, we got to ask you, have you had these already before?
No, and this has been in the queue for a while. They're not expired, but I think I bought them back in like August or September of last year, and I have been itching to try these things, but there was just nowhere to slot them in. So, I mean, I've talked before that Reese's Puffs was like my cereal for probably a decade, where I ate that basically every morning for breakfast. And I've made Reese's Puffs treats before, like Rice Krispie treats with Reese's Puffs instead of Rice Krispies. And it was really good. So I don't know if this is going to deliver, though. We'll see.
Cereal bars are almost always awful, without fail. When we did the Lucky Charms bar once, and it got terrible, terrible ratings. It was one of the worst things we've eaten. This is very similar, where it has, you can see the cereal on top, put together with who knows what, and the bottom has that like really gelatinous type of flat bottom that I'm not sure what exactly it's made of.
Peanut butter. It's also drizzled in peanut butter. It's got peanut butter chips in it. It's very sweet.
It's very peanut buttery. Like, I don't notice the chocolate or the puffs or whatever they're supposed to taste like.
No.
All right, I'm first. Here's the thing. It's really hard to make these good. This is better than a lot of other cereal bars I've had. No doubt about that. Much better than the Lucky Charms one. Better than the few others I've had. It's still not great. I want to like it. It has peanut butter. It has a chocolatey flavor in there. But it's just not good. Whatever that is that's technically holding all of it together is nasty. And I, as a person who on record, loves many, many processed foods. This tastes too damn processed for me. I don't really dislike it. I'm going to slide it right in the middle with an indifferent. It's not awful, but I'm probably not going to finish this whole thing, and I don't see ever opening up another one of them again. So, an indifferent to start. Geiger, do you agree with me?
I'm torn. I actually kind of like the peanut butter, which is, I think, what you're referencing is the glue that's holding it all together. I think it's actually decent for like a prepackaged candy bar slash whatever this is. I think my problem more is that just like that's all I taste is peanut butter. This could have just been a peanut butter bar. I don't taste anything else, and it is really sweet. Given all that, though, I do think it is tasty. I mean, I like peanut butter as a flavor, so I'm getting it the very mildest of like that. I don't know that I'd ever eat another one or like seek my, go out of my way to have one. But if they were around the house, I could see myself eating one. They're tasty. They're sweet. I mean, if as a dessert kind of thing, almost like a candy bar, they're not bad. I wish there was more chocolate to it than there is. Like I said, the peanut butter kind of clowns everything else in the bar, but it is good. So I'll give it a mild like that for me.
This is a clown bar, bro. Look at the list of ingredients. Look how fucking long the ingredient list is.
Oh, yeah. It's Franken food. I know that. I mean,
there's almost no space on the bar for them to print all the ingredients.
I mean, so many chemicals.
I hate to break it to you, but I'm sure your handy snacks have just as many. I mean,
my handy snack?
That viscous ooze that you made us eat. Remember those homemade handy snacks you made?
Handy snack is my prison name. Chad, this is going to decide the episode because the Peatos had a like and a different and dislike.
Yeah.
So now we've got a like and then a different, and as is always such a great joy for me when we do an episode is when it comes down to a Reese's product and you deciding the fate of a Reese's product.
Well, I will say Reese's Puff, my name in prison.
So hold on. So our prison gang, real quickly, is Oily Cakes, Reese's Puff, and Handy Snack. We were fated to do a podcast together. Turns out.
I think there needs to be more chocolate in it. I am disappointed that there isn't that much chocolate. You know, with a Reese's product, I want peanut butter, I want chocolate. And even in the Reese's Puff cereal, it's about 50-50 peanut butter to chocolate ratio when you're eating the cereal. So you can taste the chocolate there. So there needs to be a little bit more chocolate here. But I thought it was really good. It was tasty. I ate the whole bar. I recognize it's trash. It's just pile of chemicals glued together. I get that. But the peanut butter was really good. It's a little too sweet. Could use more chocolate, but I still really liked it. Would eat it again. Like that.
Wow. The peanut butter was not really good.
The approximation of peanut butter that was all these chemicals thrown together.
I will say I didn't think the peanut butter was that bad. I didn't mind the taste of it.
Now, peanut butter is not listed on the ingredients. No, it probably is somewhere.
What I loved is that triglyceride dimethyl 5. That was my favorite.
There's no peanut butter. There's just Peatos butter.
Is that what I think it is?
Sure. It's the jizz of the Peatos mascot. Yes, that's what you were thinking, right?
Who we established was Jared
Reese's
Fogle.
Puffs
right.
The episode.
Peatos butter is Jared Fogle's jizz.
The Reese's Puffs wins.
Don't let him get through it, Chad. Peatos talk.
So Reese's Puffs, the cereal bar, is the winner today, and we've picked the most processed of the foods. Disregarded these two healthier snacks. All right, so which of the we never answered this very serious question. Yeah. Now in prison there are gangs, right?
Yep.
But there's another set of gangs that's very popular. Now, which of the Harry Potter school gangs would you belong to? And would it be Hufflepuff because you like Reese's Puffs so much?
Yeah, in Chad and the Sorcerer's Stone, it would just be like Reese's Puffs would be one hat. I don't know the hats.
I don't know them at all.
I haven't read the books. I've seen the movies. Hated them all. I think one of them was good, actually. But I kept watching them all out of this, like, stupid sense of obligation. You know, like, I have to see how this fucking dumb story ends.
I watched the movies. I can name Hufflepuff because you just said it, and I think the bad house was Slytherin, right?
Yes.
But I don't know any of the other ones.
For many years... Grifford? Is that what you said?
Griffer?
Isn't there Grifter?
Grifter, yes.
It's Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor.
Gryffindor.
I know them because for years and years I was very proud to have never seen a single second of a movie or read a page of the book. But my kids got into it, so I actually did end up watching them.
Did you like the movies, Novak, then when you saw them?
No, they're honestly fucking terrible. Like, even
yeah, they're so bad.
Just objectively, they're just really, really bad. I guess I get that the books might be good, but it looks like they're trying to squeeze every character from the book into the movies, and so nothing makes sense. Like, they just fly by everything. There's not any character development at all.
I did read the Wikipedia plot summary of the Harry Potter play. That was like that sequel that they wrote.
What was the play? Was it just like Rent with Harry Potter characters?
Yeah. Everyone's got staffs. Anyway.
Classic Rent song.
It's like a reference on a reference there.
We'll hopefully most of this Harry Potter talk gets edited out of the episode.
This is a real weird way to end the episode.
The biggest grifter of all was the other Nick Geiger.
That's true. Grifter. He was. Fucking grifter.
What's he up to now?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a while. We haven't met.
Fucking casting spells, bitches.
Yeah.
He's a wizard?
I think if he was a wizard, he wouldn't have been in prison.
Cool.
All right. Well, let's end it. Let's end it and cut out literally everything we just said.
Loosest collection of weird jokes we ever came up with, but it worked out.
Slice and dice the hell out of that shit.
All right. We're going to call it there. But we'll be back next time. We'll be trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
Yep.